Hi, Fiona and Joanna. Thank you for taking the time to talk with us about the Nurses Toolkit for Planetary Health. Fiona, can you tell us how this toolkit got started?
Sure, I'd be very happy to talk to you about that. And while I do so, I'm going to share with you this draft cover page to give you a bit of an idea about what the toolkit is going to look like once it is completed. It's still in the draft stage at the moment, but this gives a little bit of a sneak peek of what it will look like eventually as well too. So it started because last summer, the president of our organization, Jack Avanti-Struss, was approached by CFNU, the Canadian Federation of Nurses Unions, to discuss the possibility of creating a toolkit for nurses related to climate change. And you might know that the CFNU published a really excellent discussion paper in 2019 called Climate Change and Health, It's Time for Nurses to Act, which was a discussion paper giving guidance to nurses about climate health and nursing with some great recommendations. But the CFNU really wanted to offer something more specific as to what nurses could do in practical terms in the hospital setting to address climate change. So we put together a very good team of writers and advisors, and we organized into a working group of CANE members and outside advisors in order to tackle the creation of the toolkit. And the working group was initially led by Joanna, and then I stepped in to co-coordinate to help, since there was quite a short turnaround time on creating the toolkit itself.
Great. Joanna, what can nurses expect from this toolkit?
Well, Lindsay, the toolkit offers planetary health as a response to the ecological crisis we're facing. What's really exciting about this toolkit, though, is that there's something for everybody. So nursing is a very diverse profession. There's a lot of different roles for nurses and a lot of different interests and skills across nursing. So it provides something for everyone. It has a background on climate change and nursing practice, includes some of the basics around climate change science and the consequences of health and health impacts of climate change. And it looks at it in a Canadian context. It also looks at some of the implications of climate change and actions that nurses can take at an individual practice level, a unit level, and a systems level. So depending on a particular nurse's interest, they may prefer to look more at their individual practice, or some of them may want to advocate on a systems level or a unit level, and in anything in between. So on a practice level, the toolkit offers a guide to nursing care throughout the care cycle, from admission to discharge. It also provides ideas for reducing carbon and environmental footprints in the provision of nursing care and on the unit. And it provides guidance in teaming up with others to integrate sustainability into practice. So there's some resources in the toolkit, such as email templates, to help some nurses who want to get involved at more of a unit or systems level. And the toolkit's going to be available in English and French. And the complete version will be a digital format, so it'll include links to different resources and further information that nurses can explore as they wish. And there'll also be a more condensed printout version for dissemination.
That's awesome. So when will this be available and where can nurses find it?
So it's planned to be launched at the CFNU Congress in PEI in the first week of June. And then it's going to be available on both the CFNU and the CANE website for anybody to download, or you can, send hyperlinks to your nursing friends.
Great. That sounds so amazing. Thank you both for helping nurses to start incorporating planetary health into their practice. And thank you again for talking to us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lindsay.